Before teacher John was here, it was teacher Joseph, and he assigned me to the standard 5s because I could teach them more of the higher version of science, and it was so cool. Like, they were so invested to learn. Like, you could see they really appreciate it. You could see that it's very, very important for them. I was supposed to do an internship last year, but I couldn't find any companies that I really wanted to work with. And I went to the Facebook site and I just typed in volunteering stints in Malaysia, and this came out like this massive volunteering page, and people were posting up on things that they need help on. Oh, we have a school here, can someone teach BM, can someone teach English, or we have how many students, we need sponsors. And this school was one of the schools that posted. They're like, hi, we have a big population of Chin students here. We are a non-profit organization. We've been having students coming in and out, and it would be great. We need more teachers. I know there are some refugees in KL, but I never knew that there was such a big Myanmar population here. I always thought that, it's more Syrians and a few from Bangladesh. I never knew that the Myanmar population was actually quite big. And I think a lot of them are in Puchong. There's like a big settlement here, and all of them, they come with their families and all, and it's just really, it's heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time.
My name is John Lian, and I am from Thir.st, Myanmar, and I am living in Malaysia and teaching in CSO school for almost 2 years. When I arrived here in Malaysia, I lived in Batu Papalas, which is just around this Puchong area. So there is like a school there's a school called Chin Student Organization, CSO. So mostly all of the students, all of the villagers and refugees from in Malaysia, they all went to CSO. So I joined them. For me, it took me like almost 1 month to come here. So first we have to find some agent who can take care of us, because we cannot come here alone. And then the agent took care of everything, but we have to suffer. Like, sometimes we have to come here by foot, by boat. The main reason is that the government does not support us, and they want us to be like them. They want us to change our religion, as we are Christian. We cannot worship and we cannot celebrate as we want. There is always like a war happening in near the village. So they used to come to the village, they took whatever they want. Sometimes they call the adult or teenagers to be in military like that. So we cannot do living in our own Chin state.
There's a lot of stigmas going on about refugees, and everyone is just like, oh, you're here to take over our jobs, oh, you're here to take over like our welfare, or like, oh, you're immoral, you litter, you do all these kind of things that as if Malaysians aren't doing already. But because you have a different skin color, because you look different, you speak different, there's so much stigmatization is there. But people don't understand, like, you don't come to another country illegally and risk getting caught because, just for that. You only do that because there's no choice. You only come to another country, like the Myanmar government is after them, the Malaysian government is after. You only do that because there's no choice.
I studied in CSO until 2015, and then until Form 1. But there is no teacher, and there is no Form 2, so I dropped out from the school and work outside in a restaurant. And during that time, the head teacher was Joseph. Only 2 teachers are left in the school, so there is no one to work in the school. So teacher Joseph called me, and then I agree and I work in the CSO. We have to arrive in the morning like 8:30, and then we have to cook rice. We have to cook for the things that we are going to eat as lunch. From 9:20 until 10 we have devotion, morning devotion, and then from 10 to 12 we have class, and 12 to 1 we have lunch, and then 1 to 3 we have class. After school we go home. In here we have 2 kind of teachers. One is regular teacher and one volunteer. So here we have 4 teachers, and the others are volunteers. Some volunteers, they decide that they came to the school to teach like math or science like that. So sometimes we don't have a teacher for English or like that. So like those times I have to give more time and have to study before I teach them. Yeah, like those times are my biggest challenges.
Another thing that's been happening is that UNHRC Malaysia, they have just revoked refugee status for Chins. It's really, really sad. They were like, oh, situation in Myanmar, it has calmed down a lot for you all, please go back. It took them so much to find jobs here, and suddenly you want to uproot them and be like, oh, we're going to give you until 2020, we're not going to give you refugee cards anymore. Every time one of my students tell me their family has to go to the UNHRC office for an interview, they'll come back, they'll be like, I'm sorry, teacher Alexis, I think we're leaving soon, like, we can't stay anymore. And I'm like, what happened? Like, no, like, you just like, you just mastered this, like, I just taught you this, like, you just know how to do this, what do you mean you need to leave? Like, what? Like, like, it's just so sad. And I think to like politicians, like, they rarely see these people as people, like, you don't know them like as people, they see them as like groups, and when you put a group on top of, if you put a label on top of a group, you take out the humanity, you take out all their little stories, all their lives, all the soul. It's just their back. Like, you don't know them, you only know their name, and you only know what people publish about them. That's it.
For now, what we need volunteer, the one who can sacrifice their time for the kid and teach the kid. I usually pray for my students because in Malaysia, as you know, we are not recognized people. I know that we cannot face like good things every day, so I believe that even if I face like big challenges like that, I pray to God and ask Him for help.
Even though they don't have a lot, there's always good things. They can find the good in everything. There's so much beauty in that simplicity. And I think that's what life truly is, finding the good where you can't find it.